Before we start today's video, I want to share with you my scents of the summer. These are the Dossier fragrances that I'm wearing this summer and where I'm wearing them to. First, citrus ginger with top notes of peppermint, lemon, and ginger. This is my go-to summer brunch fragrance. It's fresh, it's clean, it's bright, it's a little bit tangy, and it's not too strong or overwhelming to sit in a group of people with. Next up is Fruits of Love. This is a Dossier original. I've been really gravitating towards these lately, kind of go with everything. This one is so nice. It's super floral. I am wearing this to all of my summer formal events. So summer weddings, summer baby showers, it's that time of life, I guess. Anything that requires me to put on a dress, I'm putting on this as well. And lastly, we have Zest for Life. This one is very tropical inspired, and I'm going to be wearing this on my summer vacation down to Los Angeles to visit some friends. I really love how it just makes me feel put together and a little bit different and fun. It's something I wouldn't normally wear on a day-to-day. So yeah. I will put a link in the description below where you can find out more information about Dossier fragrances. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring today's video. Now relax and enjoy. Hi Heather. Hi. Welcome to your holistic hand assessment. I have not seen you before, but I've had you kind of in the rotation for quite some time. We've been trying to find a time to make an appointment. Glad to finally get you here, get a look at the hands, and kind of get a sense of your energy. So this should be a pretty relaxing session for you, unless it brings up some feelings and emotions. Totally normal for that to happen in your first session, especially. Also totally normal for nothing to happen in your first session. So it's one of those things where it depends on how attuned to your own energy you are. Okay. So we'll start out with a slight assessment of the hands. It just gives me a sense if I need to be careful when pressing. I don't want to aggravate any injuries. So I'm going to take a look with a light. And do you have any history of joint pain, arthritis, hand injury?
Just a little bit in the fingers.
In the fingers? Okay, I'll palpate very gently, looking for bruising, swelling. These rings are absolutely beautiful, but are you able to remove them for the session? Okay. You can just place them right to the side here. Perfect. Checking the health of the nail beds. So though it's not our only indicator, but physical health can be a very important indicator of how our energy is doing. So for example, circulation. If we have cold fingers and toes, we could have some energy blockages. Not seeing anything there though. Love that. Thank you. Tattoos are wonderful. I wouldn't really need to feel this because I can see it, but you're an extremely creative person. It's literally bursting through your fingers.
I am. I like to be creative.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of ideas?
Yes.
Constant, like, oh, what about this? Or,
oh, yeah.
I can feel that. So that is both a blessing and a curse. Do you ever find it hard to follow through with some of your ideas?
Sometimes I feel like I have this idea, I start it, and then I get another idea.
Then you want to start that one.
Yep, and end up stopping the first one.
Really common and super creative people. So you said there was some tenderness in the fingers. Does this feel painful at all? This level of pressure feels okay? And on this side, does this level of pressure feel okay?
Yeah.
All right. If I do go harder at any point, and it's not comfortable, please just let me know. Okay? The nails are really nice and healthy, good growth, which means you're getting good blood flow. Feeling for swelling there. Okay. So, tracing that lifeline. Pretty long and strong and uninterrupted. A little bit at the end here is a little bit weaker. So you may face some more challenges towards the end of the life, but it's not like, oh, here's 75 years old. It's not like that. You know, it could be perfectly healthy up until the end of your life, which could be at any, age or time. But a strong mental and emotional foundation there for the majority of life. Although there is some offshoots here, it just tells me that you could struggle with, again, that decision-making, anxiety, worry, worry about, direction in the future, and which is right, or are you missing out on things?
Yeah.
So, okay. So now we've got love line. Seems like you already met your soulmate. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very strong love line. No breaks. So sometimes people even have, two little lines here, which means you might have gone one direction or the other with a different soulmate, but I think you're quite settled. So the fate line usually runs up the hand, and honestly, yours is fairly non-existent. So yeah, on both sides. So you can see mine is pretty strong, just this line that goes straight up here. And you have like a little start here and then kind of fades away. Totally okay. It just means that, that's also one of those reasons that you're going to have a little bit more trouble feeling like you're on the right path or finding like the thing you're passionate about, because that fate line is just a little weaker. Right. So let's relax the hands. There's some dental work. Feel free to close the eyes, or you can watch the rhythmic movement of the feather, whatever is most relaxing to you. Get the hands prepared for the energy experience. Making sure I touch every point, allowing the body to accept this physical touch. Right. Using my sensing stone, I'm going to ground it. Wait for the natural movements of the stone before I bring it over to the hands. That way, if anything changes, we know it's your energy and not just the movement of my own. Right there. Oh yeah, over that index finger. Okay, so gonna ground again. Not as blocked on the side. Okay. Maybe a little bit at the tip of the fingers, but not as bad as over here. Okay. Yeah. Creating a protective space for us to do our work. So the tips of our fingers are generally associated with our brain. definitely want to start stimulating those, since I think that's where you're having most of your needing most of the work. So if this feels like tender at all, I would say that's pretty normal for someone who has tendencies towards anxiety and overthinking. Balancing you out, so this left side needs to be a little stronger to match the creative right side. We need to activate the left brain. Specifically this middle one. There we go. Not so bad on this side. This side, if anything, is a little overactive. Try and slow that down. Cooling amethyst. So amethyst is known for its properties for anti-stress and anti-anxiety, so I'm hoping that it will reduce a little bit of that frantic creative energy we have and channel it a little bit stronger to a useful, targeted creative energy. All I'm doing is putting vibrations into the stones, and they're transferring into your hand. Do you have any allergies to oils or fragrances? Okay, I'm going to put some essential oil, massage oil on you. So we can do a little bit more intense work here without scraping the skin. Let me put down a towel. Okay, let me know if this is too intense, but since you do have some joint pain as well, I do want to work on some of the swelling and lymphatic drainage in addition to the energy work. Large intestine point. Small intestine. Definitely think some of the anxiety is driven from the gut. It's that feeling of that sinking feeling in your stomach, like something's wrong. Try to incorporate some ginger into your diet and put it in your tea. You brought in your amethyst scratcher, so we'll do a little bit of surface stimulation with that. Feeling like you don't get a lot of targeted physical touch when it comes to like your preferences. You're a mother, right? So very common with mothers that you get a lot of physical stimulation, but it's not necessarily, for you. It's giving that energy to others. I have a couple points right here. Again, stimulating the brain on this side. These pressure points can sometimes be a little uncomfortable. I do apologize. But the stimulation will feel better afterwards. Removing any oil, anything that hasn't soaked into your hand. See how everything's feeling now. So there's still a little bit more motion than natural, but it's doing a lot better. Hopefully it means we've opened that up a little bit so the flow can even out. There's actually a little more flow in this hand, which is great. It means things aren't going to get so stuck. So we're not always looking for a lack of motion, we're looking for a consistent motion. So when the stone's kind of going all over, that's when we're like, something's not quite right. Okay, I'm going to solidify our work here. A couple of vocal vibrations. So I'd like you to close your eyes for this. I'm also going to touch you right here, just to center you. In fact, let's use the balancing stone to do that. And you'll feel some vibrations and you'll hear some tones. I'm pressing relatively hard on the hands, the wrists, just to connect us. Clearing off my energy. Rubbing my hands on a clear quartz. And we'll just freshen up our saltstone protective layer before you go back into the world where you're faced with all sorts of ambient and unfriendly energies. Heather, slowly open your eyes. How are you feeling?
A lot better.
Good.
A little more balanced.
Good. You can stimulate those brain points at home. If you're feeling like your mind is cluttered, that bit of anxiety creeping up, that bit of anxious productivity as well, because you can feel like, oh, I'm getting so much done, but you're also kind of frantic.
Yeah.
Pressing your own, you can even use your scratcher here.
Okay.
Pressing your own tips of those brain points on the fingers.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.